Alright, sorry, just had to duck off for a second. We are starting this final. Going to do some solo commentary because no one else can be bothered except me. Benny Noonan's just said that the only reason I commentate is because I deliberately miss balls to lose frames so I can commentate, but I can actually tell you that's not true. I deliberately miss balls never, and I actually miss because I'm crap. So we'll just leave that at that. Now I actually haven't got the Cue Ball TV forums up yet, but I'll get them up shortly just to see everyone's predictions and all that sort of jazz. Well, Kurt's opened up quite nicely here. Now this will all depend on the angle on this red that he's going to be playing to the right corner, whether he has an angle to be able to go into the little cluster on the right hand side. In fact, he may not even need to, because it does look the ball on the right hand cushion does pass, and then it's just a matter of whether the red passes to the left corner that's below the yellow in that little cluster. So the way he's jacking up, I'd say that that is the case. Well, he was a lot straighter than I thought. This is not a simple out. This, I mean, obviously it looks reasonably straightforward, but it's very precise white ball positioning required for the next shot. It's just about to be played. So I'm sure his aim here will be to screw in between the two yellows, one over the middle pocket, the one sort of below it to the left. And I don't think he could actually cue that any better. If anything, he's actually come too close to the cushion. So now we'll be playing this red. He'll be trying to cannon the red that's below the yellow and just glide the white ball past the left-hand side of the yellow. So that way he'll be on the red to the corner. Actually looks reasonably natural, this shot. So you just got to, you can't sort of hit it too hard because the white ball might throw a little bit past the yellow. So he's actually got to cue this really well. Oh, he's played it terribly. In fact, I think he's very lucky for the balls to have landed where they are. Just puts a little bit of pressure on Jake to get this out. I'll tell you what, when Jake's actually looking at the table from this end, you cannot see the table. That is a massive head. Obviously this goes to the left middle. Not sure he's actually landed exactly where he wanted. Actually, you want some money? It's a bit of work for Jake to do here now. I'm sure he didn't mean to land there. I'm sure he wanted to be straighter on that ball into the middle, and he would have had lots and lots of options available. Needs a good shot now. Sure, this does pass the black to the middle, but well, that is an absolutely sensational shot. And he's actually been very unfortunate by those two balls on the top left-hand cushion not being on. However, he does have the ball over the middle, so he'll be able to pot that. Just take the white ball down towards the top cushion, and he'll have an angle on that yellow to go into those two balls. He'll want to develop the one that's at the bottom of the two yellows. I think he's underhit that by some way as well. In fact, I think I just heard him sigh. He was that unhappy with that shot. No worries, Kira. Glad someone wants to do it with me. Everyone's getting sick of my voice already, I think.
And let me just say what a pleasure it is to be commentating with the famous Mr. Jamie Stevens.
Not famous for playing good pool, mate, but appreciate your comments. Now, Jake's landed sort of absolutely no man's land here, so he's going to be forced to play a double, I think. And if he does get this double, he wins the frame. But it's one of those shots where if you get it, you win. You miss it, you lose. He's actually played as a shot to nothing. You'll see that if he had to miss that ball, I don't think the Reds were on. So very clever shot.
Great shot.
He's giving himself an angle to screw off this little bit as well and give himself a half ball, three-quarter ball pot.
Must be really hard to play a stun run through with that wide as well.
Yeah,
like you did there.
We don't play them very often.
That was awesome.
So this is just going, depending on his angle, looks like he's he's got enough just to hold the white, and he'll just put this black in the bottom left-hand corner. If he's got too much angle, he'll play in the middle, but he's okay.
You have to say he's a favourite, wouldn't you? I don't know much about Kurt, but I've seen Jake in a lot of finals.
No, to be honest with you, I think going on form today, I think Kurt's played the better overall pool. Jake's been a little bit scratchy, but he's doing the business when it needs to be done. Kurt and Gus had an absolutely epic match, and Gus very unlucky to lose.
Correct me if I'm wrong. The last time I saw you play, Jamie, was in the Victorian state doubles.
Yeah, I don't think that match was actually covered on Cue Ball TV, but we lost to Kurt.
Yeah, that's because that's the last time I saw him.
Four.
It was him and his old man, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kurt's having a great year. He's actually just, I think he got the semi-finals in the under-21 snooker as well, in the Australian snooker, and I believe he's going to Scotland now to play in the World under-21, so
hardcore.
It's fantastic. And as Benny Noonan would say, I love quoting Benny. He reckons I'm in love with saying his name. I can tell you I'm not, but if you're going off the middle, you're a spastic. That's his words, not mine.
Yeah, no, that actually came to mind too, because Benny's the one that told me you've got no excuse to going off in the middle.
He actually said it in a speech one day in the Victorian team. He goes, look, this is what I'm going to say. One thing to you, if you're going off the middle, you're a spastic. Just straight like that. Couldn't believe it. Meanwhile, Kurt's decided Reds are the balls. I completely agree with him. So he's just going to get on the ball on the side cushion here, and then he's got options in the middle.
Do you think that the capacity to win matches has in fact got anything to do with your hairstyle?
Look, these guys are both in the final with the same hairdo, so obviously bald blokes like me just go no good. I'm thinking of advanced hair.
What's the answer? Advanced hair?
Well, it might be, because obviously you need hair to go good in this game now, so. So Kurt does know what he's doing. He's just taking some time and making sure everything's right. The problem ball, believe it or not, is the ball that's at the bottom of all the Reds, the lowest ball on the table. That's actually the problem, Red. Just because you've got to get on it pretty neatly.
Yeah, and I guess, well, the black's not particularly easy.
Well, the black goes in the far left corner, but that's why you don't want to leave that ball at the bottom until last. Unless you can get an angle to just glide past the yellow, but I'm sure he'll be trying to get rid of it earlier.
Yeah, he's got a real snooker stance, doesn't he?
Yeah, no, he's probably one of the most improved players in Victoria in the last couple of years by a mile. Originally from Tasmania, but he's decided to come to Victoria to learn how to play pool.
Great shot. He's got the problem ball first shot. Sorry, second shot.
Yeah, and as I said earlier, I predicted him to get on this ball, so he's just going to stun this in, and now he's going to be backing himself to make the long red. So this is the key shot. He gets this, I believe he'll pot out without too many issues.
How are these tables playing today, the pocket-wise? This is a very difficult shot, or...?
If he cues it well, it'll go in. He doesn't even have to hit it clean if he cues it well. It doesn't smash it, just cues it, where it just basically sort of like a medium pace shot. The jaws, the pockets are fairly friendly. And he's actually hit that perfect.
Nice.
Now he'll actually be trying to get as straight as he can on this last red, maybe just slightly off straight, but he'll fairly straight. He'll be really happy with that. Looks spot on. So he'll be screwing back pretty close to where he is now, just so he's got a fairly straight shot on the black. There you go, and that's a 1-all prediction, I believe.
It's nice control. It is easy to screw that a little bit too much under the pressure.
Definitely. Adrenaline can definitely be a big factor in this game.
Well, it looks like it could just be clearance,
It's
clearance, clearance.
It's like a mirror image and walking down the table.
Oh, that's a great break.
That's a massive break. Jake's been breaking huge today. What's actually unfortunate is a whole bunch of the balls have all gone to one section of the table and sort of created a little bit of
Red's just, still the strong balls.
Yeah, I think they are. If more than anything, he just doesn't have a yellow available, so he's got sort of forced to take reds, really. Actually, I thought Jake broke that.
It is hard to tell. Their faces are obscured by their hair.
All right, we've got the Cue Ball TV forums up now as well, so we can, if you're in the chat and all that sort of jazz, we can see what you're saying. Try not to hang too much shit on us. So this, in my eyes, is the key shot. He wants an angle to get as straight as he can on this other red, so he can just come to the side cushion. That's gone to no man's land. That's a terrible shot.
Was he trying to flatten that out or land high?
To be honest, I'm not sure what he was playing for there. Perhaps he was trying to land, obviously, a little bit higher and maybe go into the red, but I just don't see the advantage in that. So you're not 100% sure what he played for there. Only he knows that now. It's a tough shot, this. Even if he does pot this, I don't see what he's got after it. There's just not a lot available. Well, I think he's actually tried to screw up, maybe.
Let's just screw up the bottom rail with reverse side and get out for that other red.
Actually, you know what I think he's tried to do? I think he's tried to pot that and get on that red and play it off the yellow into the middle, possibly.
All right.
So one good shot here from Jake, and he's a massive chance to develop this frame and go game at this visit. God, you really can't see the table when he's in front of it. He is just a massive headed unit. That is not the greatest shot I've ever seen. I wonder, I reckon that red does pass the yellows to the middle. It's all about this shot, though. This is not an easy shot.
Well, it's saying he's got to cut that red in the corner and screw out and try and land on that one in the middle.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll cut this or whether he'll try and play a double with screw, so we can try and actually have a shot. Cutting this along the road, the white ball's probably going to come back across to where it is now, unless he really hits it with a fair bit of pace, and that makes the pot so much more difficult. Could play a safety shot, but look, there's not really anywhere at the bottom end of the table where you can be safe. Everything's sort of moving in the ball game direction, so you've got balls in the middle, sort of both sides of the table, and I think he's got to play the double. I don't think he has a choice. Yeah, he's definitely playing it. He's got to hit this with a bit of bottom, straighten it up and get the white away from the shot, so that's why you'll be seeing hit low. What a super shot.
Ooh, he's a bit unlucky there.
Would have liked to have screwed out probably another foot, so the white ball's a little bit more controllable on this cut. I still think he can cut this in and hold the white. Maybe he probably actually will play this with a fair bit of drag, so you'll be seeing him cue. Oh, actually, you won't actually see him cue the shot because his back will be over the way of the camera. But I'm pretty sure he hit this with a lot of bottom, so it'll be very low on the white. And what the aim is obviously is to hit the ball, cueing it naturally with pace. But by the time the white ball gets to the object ball, it's taken the pace out of the white, so the white doesn't travel too much, but the ball still makes the pocket. A very difficult shot to play. You need very good cueing.
Got an outside chance to double that into the middle.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he'll play the shot purely because he won't have a shot on the next red. So I'm sure he's going to cut this. This this seriously is a very tough shot. Well, he's actually smashed it. Oh my God, that's really unlucky.
Harsh. That's extremely harsh.
But as we saw earlier on with Gus and Kurt's match, Gus was pretty filthy. I can't blame him, he was filthy. But Kurt will actually just get on with it now. He won't actually stress too much about that. He'll just get on with it. At the end of the day, these guys have achieved the state team representation already, so they're really playing for obviously the pride and the who pays for none of the trip and who pays for half of the trip.
Oh, is that right?
So if you win the state title, your trip's paid for. If you get runner-up, you have half your trip paid for.
And this is the trip to Sydney, ironically.
Yep. Nationals are in Sydney this year. I've seen the venue. It looks fantastic.
Yeah, really?
I haven't seen it. I've seen pictures, but it does look really good.
Yeah, it's a pity. If you live in New South Wales, you can't actually play for New South Wales.
Yeah, New South Queensland, I'm sure, will have another strong team this year. Just come back from a quick pit stop. Checks the rack. Not happy. Nah, not happy with that. So we're gonna do a. I'm gonna do my own rack.
Is there any particular advantage in? I mean, if you play 9-ball, people like to rack their own because there are lots of little different advantages you can get from how you rack them.
I don't think anyone will truly master an 8-ball break. There's still luck involved. I know with 9-ball you can kind of hit the wing ball in. I know Alec, when he plays 8-ball, he breaks the 9-ball cue, and he does a similar thing. He tries to get a particular ball in. He's pretty successful with it, really, but at the end of the day, you cannot guarantee it. And there's a bit of luck. That break is ridiculously huge. He's got a yellow over the pocket. He's pot a yellow off the break. Absolute $1.04 to go yellows. And I won't guarantee he gets the out, but he's definitely a huge chance.
Yeah, he's got control.
So now he's just got 4 different options available to him right now. And it'll just be a matter of which one he likes the most. Probably get rid of the ball that's the top end of the table, just purely so he can work his way down the table and get to the business end, being potting the black. Black's actually the tricky shot. It's a little bit congested, the 2 reds there. Stops it from going in both corners. I think what you'll see him do is after he's hit that a bit hard. He's actually hit that way too hard. It's actually got a touch trickier, so he'll probably pot this ball now. He's stand across the table, try and get himself an angle to stun back onto the yellow that is near the black.
I'd be inclined to pot that yellow onto that yellow now and let the red hold the white for the other yellow in the middle, which would get you back up to the table and you're taking care of your problems.
It's actually a very good shot too, because you open up the black for the corner pocket. So I think you've actually called that spot on, though. That will be the way he goes, probably.
Or what you're saying, he could screw off this one and go for the one on the top.
Yeah, because I play Jake with Jake a lot. Me and he practice a fair bit, and I just sort of know the way he plays.
Ooh.
I can tell you now that he didn't play that well, though. I bet you if he could have that shot again, he would have taken your shot, or he would have screwed off it instead. Developing that wasn't really the right shot, in my opinion.
He seems to scratch his head a lot when he's trying to work out what to do.
Yeah, he does. He gets the old hand in the hair and does a bit of a "what have I just done there" type of look.
So the hair does play a big part in his match.
Oh, the hair, the whole head, it's just enormous. He thrives on it.
And who's his stylist for this match? As far as what he's wearing, I know it's compulsory to wear black pants and black shoes. And
I think he's actually worn that shirt to every pool event for the last 3.5 years.
I think it's interesting. There are those players who wear shirts. Like, I don't play much 2-shot, but if you go to a 9-ball tournament, there's a lot of players who wear their Australia shirts or their state shirts. The idea being that it may affect your opponent a bit, just to let them know that you've actually been selected.
Yeah.
And then there are those players who just like to look like shit.
I usually wear a pool top too, and something like this, just because it's got a collar, and most of the other t-shirts that aren't pool related don't have collars, so you've got to have a collar.
Yeah, exactly. And they're usually comfortable.
We're in a Tasmanian tub at the moment, so God help me. So he's made an absolute mess of this frame, but he's got that plant like you said before. I still think he can go again. Oh, I didn't think he was on this, so we're going to see a screw back shot here. No, he wasn't on it perfect. God, I thought here I am saying I know Jake's game, and I've actually got no idea what I'm doing. I actually think this is.
And so I'm assuming that his tactic is there just to leave. He's just going to leave that ball in the hole.
Yeah, look, I'm really surprised he's gone this way for two reasons. Number one, he needs to get on this yellow in such a way where he can pot it and run through for the black in the corner. That's actually very difficult to do from this spot. He's actually probably got to cut this really thin and try and use the jaw to straighten the white up.
Or I guess he could screw off that yellow and if he clips the red quarter ball, he can still screw out for that yellow in the middle. But that's a very technical shot.
Yeah, the problem with that too as well is you've got to hit the angle perfect. He's going to probably screw off it and just get himself on the bottom rail. I don't reckon he's hit that hard enough. Could be reading it wrong, but geez, he would have liked another foot, just so he can just dribble the yellow into the middle, and he's just got a natural shot.
Looks like he's looking at the double.
Yeah, I don't think he's got a choice anymore. I think he has to play the double. Well, he's missed. I could tell the second he even cued that he was missing that. He was up off the shot. So the trend so far for this match has been I'm going to pot on my balls and stuff the last one, and then my opponent's going to take control and win the frame. Not the prettiest pool that you want to see, but they're settling in. I'm sure there'll be some outs in this match.
Is there a trophy?
I think there is.
Is it prestigious to win this?
Prestigious, not for the trophy, but prestigious indeed.
Is it just like going halves in the final of the local pool comp?
No, definitely not.
No.
Neither of these guys will be happy with second. So Lyndall is playing Mark Gorski in the final, and she's 1-0 up, so they've managed to get a frame on the board. Oh, they both played each other's snooker final as well, and who won that, Mark? Mark probably won about a 114th snooker title for her life to date. Can play snooker. So Kurtz, I think, is just deciding, does he want to commit to the out, or does he want to look for a shot where it's a nice little safety and get a snooker and try and pick up two? It's pretty aggressive, so I'm sure he'll probably have a dip. I think this is the key shot coming up. He's going to probably try and screw back and get reasonably straight on the ball on the left side cushion, and then he can just roll that in. And then he's got the linking ball to the middle pocket. Oh, look, I've lost my way. I've got no idea what's going on now, mate. Having said that, that was a very, very neat little clever shot. The only thing I don't like about it is, if possible, I try and have a ball that's near the black last, just purely because I don't have to worry about position. Now he's going to be using one of those top balls, unless he decides to leave that ball near the black till last. Maybe he'll come out a little bit. Not hit that hard enough. He will not be happy with that shot.
Well, I guess he has an opportunity at least to move the black and screw up.
I think he's got too much angle to screw off it. If anything, he's going to run through off two cushions, back and side.
Would he have a specialist two-shot cue, or would he be using his snooker cue?
No, he would just use the same cue for him. He's playing a snooker, I think, or is he screwing off this like you said? He's screwing off it. He's going to try and catch it thin. Oh, he could miss it. There you go. That's how good a judge I am.
Oh, that almost hurt.
He's hit it perfect. This is one of these shots where rolling it in's not good enough. You've got to back yourself to stun this in, so you can so the white doesn't travel. You want to be fairly straight on this last red. So
yeah,
I'm sure he won't roll this in, even though like
Do you
feels
think
safer to do it.
Do you think that yellow's covered?
No, I think that yellow goes. So this is a very important shot. And as you can see, he's sitting a little low on the white, which means he's going to stun it. You'll hardly see the white ball move. That's what he wants. Wow, we had a lot of angle. I think the reason he's missed that is because he's tried to move the white across the table, so he's actually overcut it. He's sort of subconsciously forced himself to hit
create
more
that angle.
And you'll see Jake play this shot. He's just going to he'll screw off the side rail, maybe a touch of right hand side just to make sure the white comes out. So he's got a black in the same corner. He does like these shots actually, so I bet you he puts a bit of right hand side on it. Well, he didn't actually put any right hand side of it. As you can see, he probably needed to, but look at this. What a freak.
That's worked out well.
I'll guarantee that's not where he tried to play, but he'll take it. He'll take it. And to be honest, in the context of the match, this is 2-1 because Kurt's popped the black out of turn last frame. This is huge now. Kurt had his chance to make this out. 3-1's massive to 2-all. Jake actually got runner-up last year as well to Benny, who blew him away 6-0 in about 4.5 minutes. So this year he's looking to go one better. And Kurt just seems to be making the finals and everything at the moment.
Would Ben Noonan get automatic selection? Like, does anyone get automatic selection in the state team?
No, Victoria don't have that. Personally, I think if you go away and you make the Australian team, this is just my personal opinion. I think if you go make the if you win the Australian title, the singles event, I think that you should automatically be put into the Victorian team the following year. But that's just my personal opinion. I know South Australia does that.
Yeah, right.
I think if you're good enough to win the country event, then you should be good enough to play in the team next year without any mucking around. So an in-off from Kurt has given Jake another opening. Now the reason he's put the white ball there is because this is the only dodgy yellow on the table. Once this is gone, very smooth sailing. In fact, if Jake does pot out from here, we could see an absolute demolishment start to occur. Because he'll loosen up and he'll just go into autopilot mode.
I can't believe that's where he wanted the white.
I'm sure it's not. So I think he's just overhit it a bit. Or underhit it, depending on how you look at it. But this must go to the corner. It doesn't look like it from the screen, but obviously it does. No, he's missed that. That's not a great
his
shot.
arm didn't look good on that shot.
Yeah, I don't think it would have hurt him to actually walk around the table and just have another quick look. He did have that ball in the bottom left of the screen as well. I thought that was sort of the ball to take, but he knew that when he did play the shot in the corner, he was cannoning the yellow to the middle pocket, but I think he's concentrated more on that than the pot, and that's why he's missed. So Kurt now with a chance to make up some deficit.
So how old's Kurt?
I think he's 18, and possibly 19. He's not old, I know that much. Jake's 21. 22 this year, so they're both. This is what I'm talking about. And you had Gus as well, who was in the last four, and he's 18. So there's
right.
absolute junior dominance going on at the moment. And close enough too, you know. I mean,
No fear.
yeah, 18 to 21, pretty young compared to me, so I'll call that junior.
How did Mr. Noonan go in this tournament?
Gus actually beat him. As I said earlier, Gus played very well. I think he beat him 5-3 or 5-2. Can't remember the exact score, but at the end of the day, he won. That's all he's probably going to be caring about.
Yeah.
And I actually watched Benny sort of after he lost that match. I mean, obviously no one likes losing, but he copped it real well. He just shook his hand, said good luck, mate, for the rest, and proceeded to the bar.
No, I think he's one of the best losers I've ever seen, Benny. Doesn't happen often, but
he's been around a long
takes it
time,
well.
mate. He knows how to take the good with the bad. Lyndall Ellerman has just increased her lead to 2-0 over Mark. I actually, without Colby hating me too much because obviously she is my partner. I did put Lyndall as red hot favourite to win because I was watching her play earlier on and she was queuing the ball fantastic. But having said that, Colby's been playing some really good pool too, so I'm sure she'll be disappointed to have not made the final. And I personally would have liked to see her win the final just because I'm biased.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised to see that she's not commentating.
Yeah, I don't know if we're ever going to get that to happen now. And this
Really
is nice
struck that well.
And to be honest, I wouldn't be asking her to commentate now because she's probably still a little, she just finished playing, so she's still getting over it. So that miss from Jake, how costly will that be?
Oh, what's the structure? I've been at work all day. What's the format for this tournament? Double in?
They had a round robin yesterday to qualify to cut the field down.
Yep.
And then they had tables of 6. I think one table had 5. The top 2 went through into a last 16 sudden death knockout style. So best of 5s, then it went to best of 7 for the first round. Then it went to best of 9, and then semis and final, as we can see now, best of 11. Jake's once again unbelievable. Look at this break.
Huge.
Tell you what, if he doesn't get this out, I reckon he'll actually be on suicide watch.
By the way, we don't endorse suicide here at Cuball TV. But we do endorse watching.
Can't see him missing this out. Geez, that's a terrible starting shot though. Doesn't want the white ball on the rail, but shouldn't be any problems. The only reason I say it's not a great shot is because if that white ball's not on the rail, he has more options with what he wants to do with the white. He's not forced to play a run-through shot like that. But this is still fine. He pots this and then stuns the centre of the table, and he'll have the ball in the middle. Or he might actually be able to hold
the other red.
Yeah, he might be able to hold the white for the corner. The only reason I prefer to get rid of the middle ball first here is because if you don't leave a very good angle on that ball in the corner, you may need to do a bit of stuff with the white.
Yeah, you're in a bit of trouble.
Or he could land right in the middle and give himself option of both. Well, he's actually gone right across. Actually, you know what? That's the best shot out of the whole lot.
Yep.
I'm not sure how much angle he's got. If he's got more angle than he can just use to hold the white for the middle, he'll just stun up the table and he'll play the red in the same pocket. And that's what he's doing. You can see him jacking down a bit. There it goes. And now we're going to 4-2.
Beautiful.
This is actually the importance of being able to rack a frame together quickly too, being flowing and being able to pot out. It's very daunting for your opponent if you can run a rack really quickly because they win a frame, they close the gap, and then suddenly the gap's back there in no time at all. It's very psychologically damaging to some people. It also helps to pot about 4 balls off the break just like that and every ball in the middle of the table. So this time Kurt racks his own rack, and I'm sure he'll be thinking to himself, well, you know what, Jake, you want to play that game, well, let's see if I can do that too. Absolutely crunched it. And as you can see, Kurt has a break where he brings the white ball to the back cushion. Just allows you to control the white ball down the centre of the table. And pretty good spread. I think we'll see him take reds. So the ball he's looking at now to the right of those 2, he'll pot that, he'll run through. He'll have an angle to stun off the one on the left-hand side for the other ball. And then from there he can pretty much choose whichever way he wants to go. He's got a number of different options. He moved on that. He still pot it, but he did move a little bit on that shot.
Has he actually won any titles yet, Kurt? Did he end up winning the doubles? No.
No, they lost to Mark Robertson, Mick Skerry. Final. I can't actually remember what the score was, but yeah, the day doesn't really matter. A win's a win, a loss a loss.
And the doubles, does that qualify you for the state team or just for the state doubles?
Not anymore.
Right.
Nobody cares about runner-up anyway, mate. They're just answers to trivia questions. That's just gone in. This will be interesting to see how he plays this shot. He's got sort of a couple of different ways he can play this. He can try and get up to that ball near the bottom rail now, so he's just off the rail a touch. So you might see him use a bit of right-hand side off the side cushion, just to straighten the white up. Or he might just play for the ball in the middle, which is probably a more percentage shot. But you just need to be more accurate.
Well, that's actually going to work for him, isn't it, that bit of angle?
Yeah, it's perfect. You'll probably see him just stun down between the yellow and red. There's a gap there that he can fit in. Even if he cannons the red, he's not really going to be worried. In fact, canning the red's probably even better. Unless he's got a cannon on the right-hand side, though. He's gone through the gap. Does not want to be straight on this red.
Oh, I think he might have a little bit of angle off that red.
Yeah, I think the red's off the cushion a bit, that he can just play either a stun or a run through, depending on how he sees it.
Still is tightening up a bit, isn't he? About 3 shots there where he just sort of hasn't really struck it well.
No, he doesn't look too bad. He's got a pretty consistent queuing action, Kurt. Plays the run through. Yeah. As long as he's missing the cannon on the ball on the side rail, not really much can go wrong here. If he actually is canning it, then if he gets a bad contact, the white might stick to the side rail a bit, and then he'll have an awkward final black. My initial reaction is that it is cannoning, because he would have probably already got down the pot this by now.
So will he actually try and hit this to make sure he makes contact first with the yellow? Because if he gets right in behind it, he could snooker himself. Yeah,
I think if you can contact this first, if you can just sort of clip it reasonably thin, then the white ball's going to hit the side rail and then come back off again, and you have a pretty good shot at the black. You can get your hand on the table and cue. If he gets close to that cushion, though, it becomes much more difficult. If he is going to can this, I think he's actually coming off the cushion and the yellow too, so it makes it even worse. He did exactly what I said, but he's managed to hit it hard enough and get himself.
Is he on it, you reckon?
Yeah, I reckon he is. But as I said earlier, he's sort of, the white ball's sort of near the cushion, so it just makes the shot a bit tougher. 99% of players like to stun the white when they're playing a long pot. They like to cue it with stun. It's just sort of a natural sort of feeling. That's a lovely shot from Kurt, though.
Very nice.
I believe that was a break and clear as well, wasn't it? So a couple of dishes in a row, and quality, as I said earlier on this match, was a bit average. It's lifted. I expected it to, and it has. And they're not both in the final for no reason. Oh, actually, there was a bit of delay in the camera then. I thought the white went off the table, but it's still there. And I think has he got a ball? He's got a yellow.
Definitely got a bit of air. He got a bit of air with the white off the break there.
He's going to take yellows too, I'm sure. So it's just a matter of how he goes about it. And actually, it does also matter if that yellow on the bottom right-hand side passes that red. It looks tight. Actually tend to think that if it does, you'd play it now. It's sort of a shot to nothing. If you don't happen to get the pot, you've got the pocket, and there's plenty of traffic down in that area. You do get the pot, then you've got that ball on the bottom cushion, and that links up to a couple of other balls on the table that you'd like to get rid of soon as well. So this doesn't look too bad, but he doesn't like it, so he's going to go a different way. He's found a better option. He's decided to clear top end first, which is there's nothing wrong with that. Lots and lots of players will recommend that's what you should do, so you only work with half a table.
Yeah, I think he's fairly confident he's going out here, Jamie.
Yeah, I think so. But like I said, it all depends on whether that the yellow passes the red. It's on the right side of the table. Wants to go past that yellow. He's landed absolutely perfect. There's not a chance in the world that he won't take that yellow in the middle right now either. It's actually a bit more awkward than it looks, that ball, so to be so perfect on it, you'd be a fool to deny it. That's a nice shot. And I'm pretty sure that black passes between those two reds in the corner as well, so...
Isn't he get stuck behind this red with the white?
No, I don't think he will. I think it'll come out okay. He'll actually give this a little bit too to bring the white belt off the side cushion, but he's actually not got great cueing at this.
I was reckon he's just going to stun out.
No, I think if he plays a run through, he'll still miss the red. He just wants to get it off the cushion. He did stun. He's definitely got more angle than he wanted. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. But he's still okay. But I think we'll see him. He's got to be tricky. He's got to be careful because he's probably going to go past this yellow. Unless I could be reading angle completely wrong. No, it looks like there's a fair bit of angle though. No, he's going past it. No, it's held up. It's a lovely shot.
Beautiful.
The only thing he's concerned about here is making sure that his cueing's not obstructed by that red. So he's not going to stun this and play it, because then he might run through a touch. What would I know? He screwed back for the middle. He made sure he was nowhere near anything. And that's actually a very smart shot. So another break and out. That's 3 in a row. It doesn't get any better than this. Breaks have been huge. These tables break really well. They have ever since I've played here. They always break pretty huge.
Well, it has to be looking good for a break and run.
Yeah. If this trend continues, though, the unfortunate thing for Kurt is he hasn't got another frame up his sleeve, and Jake's still got another break. In fact, he's got minimum 2 breaks, because if Kurt does get back to 5-all, Jake's still got another break. So, look, going by the trend with Jake's breaking and potting out, Kurt's definitely not favourite now.
How do you feel about the format of winning by 2 frames? Like, if it's race to 7, but you have to win by 2.
Yeah, no, I don't like it.
Don't like it?
No, the reason for it is, if you're told you're playing race to 7 or race to 4, whatever the race is, you know that's what you've got to do. Getting 2 frames ahead, to me, doesn't prove anything, because so many little things can happen in this game. Like I said, as we saw in Gus and Kurt's match, just one little thing or a couple little things happen in that match, and then suddenly the person that probably I felt should have won that match didn't. Now, if he had to get 2 frames ahead, all of a sudden that match could turn right around again. Yeah. So you're playing a race. That's why best ofs exist. Otherwise, you just play single frames all the time.
Yep.
That's missed. No, it hasn't. It's gone in. But he has not landed well. Now, the reason he hasn't landed well on that is because he hasn't popped the ball in the centre of the pocket. If that white ball if he pots that red in the centre of the pocket, that white ball travels a little bit further, and he's got heaps of options. So that's why he's landed awkward.
He's going to have to pull something out here, isn't he? I mean, you can't really play safe in this situation.
Yeah, I'm searching for a shot at the moment. I can't see one yet. Maybe can cut this. Looking at it now, there's have to be a plant though. Double doesn't look on inside that yellow because there's a red in the way. This might be an opportunity for Kurt to pull this back in. Got to be careful of the yellows here.
Yeah, it's not a bad shot.
Yeah, this is not an easy out. This is very tricky. There's half a chance Kurt might double that yellow across the corner and take the white ball up the other end of the table. Actually, it's probably a bit thin to do that. He probably won't play that shot. This must cut. If he hits this hard enough, oh, he could actually miss the yellow. That's a pretty good shot. This was an annoying ball, really. I think the other ball, set it early in a match that Robbo and Jake were playing. There was that ball on the left-hand side of the middle pocket. Pretty sure it goes.
So if he screws off this, he runs a risk of just staying in the reds there, doesn't he? Not really getting much out of it.
Yeah, I think if he does try and play the screw shot, he's definitely going to be hitting red, which means the white ball straighten up off it, which means he could be on the ball on the side cushion on the right hand side. So this might turn out okay for him. Oh, he's missed the pot. He tried to create an angle, it wasn't there.
Oh, it's a bit of a deal breaker.
Yeah, to be honest, just because the score is 5-3 and Jake's the one that's 5, I think he'll finish this frame without any doubt. If he was 5-3 down, this might be, you know, I know they're the same balls, same shots, but scoreboard pressure is a big thing. These might be a bit dodgy, but just this shot here onto this ball on the cushion, even if he happens to miss this ball, it's probably going to sit over the cushion, over the pocket, and he's just got absolute control of the frame. So yeah, he's an absolute certainty to win this match, in my opinion. Now, well, he's
looking at his tip there.
He's done everything bad. He's even left a gap. So there's another twist to the story. Kurt still needs to play a big out. The women's final is Lyndall's 3-0 up, and it's a race to 4. So she's absolutely caning. I haven't saw the match at all, but apparently she's on and out as well.
Oh, that's a big gap. Oh, that was unlucky not to get that out.
Yeah.
So it's not too bad, that ball, though.
Because he's actually played for the Cannon there, it tells me that's not really easy. Although, from here, that looks like there's a bit of room for the with that red off the cushion, so I think it's on. I guess if he does flick that, then he can just roll that ball on the bottom left-hand side. You can just roll it in, and then it's really easy for him to get position off that ball in the middle. If he was to just roll this in now, it'd be actually quite difficult to get position off this. If he put it into the middle, because he'd have to roll it fairly dead weight to give the pocket the chance to take it. That's a lovely shot.
It's a great shot.
Now he may possibly try and stun this and develop that ball on the right hand side. Personally, I think that's a mistake if he does.
He's really forced to take that one in the middle, is he?
Well,
that's interesting.
Played the plan. For Kurt to have done that, it tells me that yellow is not easy at all. So this is a very important shot. He needs a little bit of angle off this ball if he makes the plan too, so we can get across the other side of the table for that yellow. He's hit it well. He's hit it really well, and he's played that absolutely like a gem.
So he'd be looking at this other yellow on the top, would he?
Yeah, there are 2 more things he's got to worry about now for this out. Missing the red, that's in the middle, pretty much on the black spot in snooker, and obviously getting the pot on the yellow. So if he misses this red, he's guaranteed to be having a shot at the yellow.
Does he have to go under it?
I think he'll go under it. Maybe a touch of side. Oh, that's not the greatest shot you've ever seen.
Just didn't seem to go through the ball, did he?
No, he did. He was a bit tentative on it. This is one of those shots where you kind of want to give the pocket every chance to take the ball, so you'd like to hit it soft, but I'll guarantee if he hits this soft, he's more chance to miss it than not, purely because table conditions come into play. You don't get to cue the ball the way you want to do it, so I'm pretty sure he'll cue this, not smash it, but he'll cue the ball the same pace as what he would, cue any other shot. Jeez, he's really moving that.
Back in to get it.
He's really moving that top elbow. You can see at the bottom of the screen, there's a fair bit of movement in that arm. So I'm a little bit worried about this shot. Yeah, it just didn't look comfortable from what I was looking at. And once again, if he was the one that was 5-3 up, he's much better chance to get that pot. So now Big Head is 6 balls away from winning his first state title.
First state title.
He hasn't won one before. Got a runner-up last year, but he hasn't. To be honest, he hasn't actually played in many either. He had a car accident a little while ago, which put him in a bit of strife, and he was unable to play pool for a couple of years. So Not going to say too much more now. I'm just going to let the fans of Jake McCartney just enjoy this pot out, because I'm sure it will happen.
Embrace the moment. I think Marg's taking a frame over there. Scores 3-1.
And that is the match. That shot.
Well done, Jake. Thoroughly deserved.
It's nice work. Large one.
Bad luck, Kurt.
Round of applause. They shake hands. And they're both still happy because they're both in the state team. So good on you guys. And we're just going to turn the camera around now to the girls.